I think I don't have to make my own introduction, so I'll just go directly into it. If you be kind enough to give your brief introduction, and then we can start.
Hello. Assalamu alaikum. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. My name is Ubaidur Rahman Arain. In short, it is Ubaid, they call me. I am a professional structural engineer, started with from University of California, Berkeley, and I'm a registered engineer in California. I have spent 50 years in Kuwait. October 75 is when I came to Kuwait, and now this is October 25. I came on 1-year contract here with a consulting firm, and things happened, and now I have completed 50 years, and now I'm CEO of the same company. We started with, when I came here, the company had 10 employees, and now we have 900 employees. Wow. And we have some of the largest projects in Kuwait, like the new airport, which is under construction, or big university projects, the biggest hospital. All those projects are designed by us. And I'm proud to say that we employ, right now I have about 125 Pakistanis working with me out of the 900. And a majority of them engineers and technical staff. Very little admin staff are Pakistani, majority are engineers. And another thing is, I want to just say, it helps your case with IT. We have a company, our own company in Karachi. We have about 25 people working there, and this is an integrated office. I mean, if you pick up the phone, you talk to anybody you like. And our systems are all integrated. All our computer center is here in Kuwait. And so all the engineers working in Karachi are working homogeneously with the engineers and projects on the site. That's what IT does for you. And it's a great support for them and for us, and for the economy, because of the pay scale structure differences between Pakistan and Kuwait. So the Kuwaiti companies can benefit a lot if they can do such partnerships with Pakistani companies. And we have successfully done this, and we are very happy and proud that we are, going ahead with this.
Thank you.
I'm going to quote His Excellency Dr. Zafar when he was saying people who come to Kuwait, they fall in love with it. My father came to Kuwait in 1957, and since then he has had 10 offsprings. I'm one of them. So yeah, I totally agree. People do fall in love with it. And I was educated in the United States, then I lived in Canada, then came back to Kuwait. Having worked for many large multinationals, at senior leadership roles as well, but Kuwait grows on you. You can never forget Kuwait. Beautiful country, beautiful people, and very cultural. They value culture and religious values as well. So there's a beautiful balance between high tech and the old culture values, and which represents this great venue that we are at. About 3 years ago, we started off our technology company called AI Doctrine. So as much as there is a lot of talk about AI, agentic AI, the previous panel talked about, in this conference you'll actually see lots of robots roaming around. So here we have one of them here. There are multiple outside. So essentially what we demonstrate is not only from the concept stage, but actually the reality of it as well. So we'll be able to, as a matter of fact, in our conversation, Abu Bakr, this Pepper the robot is one of my partners in success, you said. So I'd like to actually even demonstrate how does this work.
Sure. I think we'll talk about that one. Maybe we should just start with that. You spend your time working in US, Canada. What inspired you to start this AI Doctrine company? And how did you connect that to Kuwait as well as Pakistan?
Right. So But just to give you guys an example, we do have a number of our customers in Kuwait. Just to name a few, Kuwait Foundation of Applied Sciences is one of the most respected organizations. They are one of our customers. The American University of Middle East, Kuwait College of Science and Technology, and then KDD. Anybody here who does not know KDD? Or just by raise of hand, how many people know KDD? The juice company? Everybody knows. KDD, Kuwait Danish Dairy Company. Everybody grew up with that. So they're one of our customers as well, and then a few others. So Abubakar, to answer your question, we have, I mean, having worked for very large firms, AT&T, for example, or NCR, for instance, they are Fortune 100 companies and pretty much set in their own ways. And when I saw the AI wave coming in, I saw the potential to help not only Kuwait and Pakistan as well. As a matter of fact, we're essentially a software house. So what we do is we take the technologies. This robot is out of Tokyo, and then multiple other robots that you're going to see. They're out of some from New York, some from California, and some from China as well. So we essentially add the software layer on top of it, basically making the robot do what you want it to do. So that's the value that we add. And I'm very proud to say that most of our engineers, software engineers, are from Pakistan.
That's great.
So we actually outsource that work, and then they do this remotely, even though they don't even have this robot, but they can control it remotely, and then they make it work the way they want it to.
Yeah, that's the world. That's the world we live in, right? So robots are here, controlled by somebody else, and that's why I think I say in today's digital world, there are no borders because you can control, you can have an opportunity on this. From your side, I think you mentioned that you already have 125 engineers that are from Pakistan descent, but you also have an office in Karachi with 25 people. Yes. Do you see an opportunity to make this 25 people team to 50? Is there an opportunity for us?
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I really, people should try this if they have any kind of business where you can get professionals. Pakistanis, I'm not saying just because I'm Pakistani, but I have worked with them, and we work seamlessly, and we work to Kuwait timing. We are closed on Fridays and Saturdays like Kuwait, and we work on Sunday onward. And so it is like a homogeneous office, and it is very qualified people. You know, I'm biased to NED, where I graduated from. So I get all NED graduates working in Karachi. So it's homogeneous. And in other disciplines, I'm sure people can benefit from them.
Great. From your side, obviously you visited Pakistan in April. And you were one of those people who witnessed the global conference that we did. How was your experience? What did you learn? What can you share with the audience here who have not been to Pakistan or who have not really seen the potential of Pakistan? Because we are talking about the success stories here, right?
Yeah, no, 100%. I'll need to share a bit of a background. Yes, even though my roots are from Lahore, but I was born here. And most of my life I've lived in North America. We used to go to Pakistan to attend weddings or certain things, but never really experienced life in Pakistan. And then when I went to this DFDI conference that we had, it was one of the best conferences that I have seen globally. And I have attended many in Las Vegas, in New York, in Toronto, in Vancouver. Quite honestly, I must say, and I'm usually not short of words, but maybe perhaps we're short of time today, but this was a complete paradigm shift for me. I went into Islamabad with expectations that, you know, it would be another regular conference. But that was phenomenal. It was way beyond my expectations. Quite honestly, it was way beyond my expectations. It was done very particularly, and the quality of speakers and the talent that we had and the amount of demonstrations that we had of the technology that was developed, made in Pakistan, it was far beyond what it definitely exceeded my expectations. And I would really encourage all of you guys. And as a matter of fact, I'm part of some of the memberships here, like associations and Pakistani bankers as well. And as soon as I came in, I put in a note. I said, guys, you need to go to Pakistan. I mean, don't just go to see family. I mean, most of us, when we go there, we are usually busy with the families. But we need to spend time to make sure that we actually reach out and connect with organizations like PSEB and then Ministry of IT. They're doing remarkable work and unbelievable work. Quite honestly, I salute you guys, seriously. Amazing work. And I want to clap for you guys, seriously.
So let's talk about one more thing. On the AI side, obviously, this is one of the most buzzword. And I don't know, I think Fatma was here, who was very, very humble and just slipped it that her company employs how many? 5,000 people? She's running a company with 5,000 people working in 30 countries. This is just another example of the quality of the companies and the talent that is out there. 5,000 people, 30 countries. She just slipped it right there, says, I have 5,000 people. It's amazing.
Very well.
And I think we have few of these companies like that in Pakistan, so that's why again. And one more fact, and because Shehzad, I think, read all the facts about AI, I'll just add one more because I think it's a fear of AI. It's been all over. People think of as a fear or as an opportunity. The World Economic Forum released the Future Work of Jobs report, right? Future Jobs report this year. And the headline was, there will be 72 million jobs will be lost in the next 5 years. Somebody who stops reading at that will be scared to death. It says, wow, 72 million jobs will be lost. But if you keep reading it, it says 72 million jobs will be lost and 95 million new jobs will be created. So the question is, are you on the right side or are you on the left side of it? So yes, there will be disruption. Yes, there will be job losses, but you need to be ready for the new wave. And you should be on the 95 million, not on the 72 million. And I think that's what, as an industry, it's easier for us to say that. That's why, as PSAB is one of the, obviously the government entity, we are very focused on upskilling, reskilling the youth and the talent, because our asset is the 50 million youth, and our say that if you don't give them the right opportunity, that could be the biggest liability for us. So we are very, very focused on it. So,
I just wanted to say something. I mean, something is happening in Kuwait. I have to tell you this. Because all of a sudden, there are major data centers being developed by Microsoft, by Google, and by even Amazon is developing huge data centers in Kuwait. And so the technology is moving forward, and it's a great opportunity for Pakistanis, because unfortunately, for whatever political reasons, for the last 15 years, Pakistani visas were not allowed. Now the visas are open, anybody can come, anybody can go, workers, we are hiring from there directly. So there is, I mean, great opportunities for people who are in this business. They can visit Pakistan, hire people, bring them here, and or work with Pakistani companies who can come and go, easily. So the state of Kuwait has really moved forward with this visa barrier, and now the opportunities are there for both the businessmen here and there to work in this field.
Yeah, and I think every company who is here from Pakistan, just make a note of it, right? This is a lot that is happening, that is an opportunity.
Great.
If I can just be a little bit more, take the risk here. There's about 100 years of Kuwaiti experience sitting right here. They will be and that's why they're here, they're very open. If you guys want some help, guidance,
any help, anybody needs, it's available. You can get my email address, write to me.
You can ask for better
you have about Kuwait, about laws of Kuwait, or what you can do, or what, absolutely you're welcome, because...
And likewise here, 100%. We'll be very happy to.
All right, one last advice and we'll wrap it up here. What do you, tomorrow they'll be showcasing, or 18 companies will be showcasing their offering services, opportunities. What advice do you give them, knowing the Kuwaiti culture
You-
better than these companies? What advice do you give them to make sure they make the best out of it and make some good relationships and contacts?
Great. So from the AI side of things, what I would highly encourage the Kuwaiti companies to, I mean, how many people have used ChatGPT? Pretty much everybody, right? Do you know what happens in those large language models inside? No, we don't. We don't know. Somebody sitting in some part of the world, they wrote this code, and they're using those depending on different biases, and it gives you answers what you want to hear, which can, if you really think about it, can snowball in terms of it's a big black box. We don't know what's inside. What I encourage the Kuwaiti companies is really to develop the software not only locally, but also collaborate with people who have done it. People in Pakistan have done many of these kind of softwares. I just use ChatGPT as an example. There are many other, Gemini, there is a whole bunch of other LLMs. So my recommendation would be to really develop your skills locally and also collaborate with Pakistani companies because they have done that many times. It will get you much faster. One of the biggest things that I recommend, let's not take technology on its face value. Let's not embrace whatever it is. Because there is culture in Kuwait that needs to be maintained, there are values that need to be maintained. So take an example. If we were to take a software that is built in Kuwait and replicate that in Paris, would that work? No, right? Software made in Paris will not work either here. Because our values differ, our beliefs differ, and so I would highly encourage, I want also to take the opportunity, we have been awarded a global copyright from Government of Canada from cybersecurity simulations perspective. Now there are various industries have their own best practices. For instance, HIPAA would be applicable to healthcare industry, ISO 9000 would be applicable to oil and gas industry, and then various other global standards. And in addition to that, there are enterprise best practices as well that need to be really mimicked. So cybersecurity attacks are not a matter of whether they will happen or not, it's more of a when question. So what happens is a lot of enterprises actually spend a lot of time in sending their people to go for trainings or bring their vendors come in to really train them. But when the cyber attack happens, people, first thing they go is panic. Then they figure out, what did I learn? And then, because there's a very different environment making a decision sitting in this 5-star venue as compared to when your organization is under attack and you have 25 people breathing on your neck saying, fix it now, because we're losing money by the second. So, so my recommendation would be really, we have great organizations from Pakistan visiting here, get to know them, exchange your business cards. And one last thing that I want to say is, I read it in some book, half the people in the world are waiting for the other half to say hello. People are usually shy. They don't want to say hello to. I want to encourage every individual here, if you see somebody that you do not know, shake hands, say, my name is so-and-so. Welcome to Kuwait. Introduce yourself. So don't stand there, because you're going to see amazing amount of talent here. And I guarantee you, when you sleep tonight, you're going to keep on thinking, oh, I met this person and this idea that I had. So definitely do not shy. Tonight is not the night to shy.
That's all. One piece of advice for the companies.
No, really, I mean, I have been working with Kuwaitis for 50 years. They are absolutely people very honorable. They are truth to their word. If you have an agreement with them, you can be sure that that will be fulfilled. It never happens. I have never come across a Kuwaiti who will sign something. We don't have to read the documents we sign. We follow whatever the word was there, that is followed. It could be monetary transactions, it could be other the contractual issues. Absolutely, very rarely you come across somebody who is not following the contract. So even Pakistani companies, you could be sure that if you sign any agreement with the Kuwaitis, that will be fulfilled. At least that's my first-hand experience, and believe me, I have done very large projects here, and I can assure you that it will be successful. Similarly, I want to assure my Kuwaiti brothers and sisters that I'm a Pakistani, I'm working here 50 years, so somebody has trusted me. I have shaken hand with Sheikh Saad and Sheikh Jaber, late Sheikh Jaber. We did the scientific center for him. So I have been there and I have met a lot of royalty and worked with on their projects. But I'm a Pakistani. So the relationship is very soft and very nice. So both parties can work together and it can succeed. That's all.
Thank you so much. I'll just conclude with the last word that Dr. Faisal said, one word, partnerships. That's where you're here to build a partnership. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us today in this networking dinner tonight. And we hope that this evening helps to connect between B2B, from business to business, and with all our colleagues here from Kuwait and all the companies that have come all the way from Pakistan. And the Messi is trying its effort the best to ensure that our IT companies